Welcome. This presentation summarizes the need for a study to evaluate the Duncan Public Library's online job help resources. Public libraries are a trusted resource for education and entertainment and a necessary link to computers, internet, and Wi-Fi. Free computer access through libraries contributes to the overall success of the community by providing online resources for job training, job searching, and e-government and unemployment help. Duncan Public Library carries many resources like these and can also help users develop new skills, practice skills, or obtain resume or interview feedback and more. This study seeks to survey job or skills-seeking library patrons to better understand the types of online employment support services the public may require. The importance of this study is to help staff at DPL evaluate and modify the job resources they provide. The study is specific to one library and community, and results may not necessarily be extrapolated to the greater body of research or library of knowledge. So, why do people need employment and e-government services? Public libraries may be a person's only source of broadband or computer access, particularly in rural communities. With private companies moving their application and interview processes online and government entities discontinuing services and placing them online, the library may be the only place a job seeker can access their email, create a resume, perform job searches. The problem becomes worse during economic downturns, which usually hit harder in rural areas. During downturns, economic needs are higher and libraries increasingly must take on other roles such as job counselor and other government agencies. But these are exactly the times when they themselves are struggling. Although Child and Goulding see these situations as opportunities for libraries to demonstrate their value, several studies found that these situations amplify the top 3 problems job seekers and online resource users have with library employment services: inadequate staffing, expertise, and technology. Let's talk about the people who might need online job resource help. First are users who have little technology access outside the library. People who do not have regular internet or device access will not be as skilled in using technology. They'll have a harder time participating effectively in what Taylor calls the new economy, now that technology is becoming a central aspect of functioning in society. Older adults tend to be left out in this society because their skills are out of date or tailored narrowly to one job that they may have worked at for decades before losing it, or maybe they left the workforce for some time and need to go back in. They also prefer face-to-face help rather than online help, which younger users or more advanced users are more comfortable with. That said, advanced users still seem to prefer to come into the library to use the resources. They tend to prefer databases they've heard of or used before and have high expectations of the database capabilities and librarian knowledge and help. So why do any of these users want to use online libraries resources? Liu and Lowe researched various factors that contribute to the use or non-use of various digital resources. Their results showed that the most important factors that encouraged use of digital libraries were remote access, 24-hour access, and fast access. Factors that discouraged the use of digital libraries included whether the information could be easily obtained through a common search engine like Google, how difficult the digital resource was to use, and if there was no human around to help, such as a librarian. Bodden and Villar also showed that those who know how to use databases have greater satisfaction with them, and those who do not know have less satisfaction. These results imply that providing training would help people become more comfortable and satisfied with the resources. So determining user satisfaction may help in evaluating which databases to carry, but training may affect the opinion, so other methods are needed. One would think usage statistics are good, but no 2 databases may report stats the same way, making databases difficult to compare. Coombs suggests combining reported stats with observed behaviors in the library. Mavadza suggests analyzing the locations, days, and times when databases are being used. Stats also don't account for factors such as how time-consuming teaching patrons can be, so Zia suggests performing studies on users and staff to gain the best data. Yet, sometimes the databases you have are just the ones you're stuck with. So, how can you improve usage and satisfaction? First, you need to manage expectations. Expectations can often be too high, so make sure it's clear what the resource can actually provide. Emphasize the usefulness of the resource, but be open to the user's opinions. Frederick suggests combining all the job resources into one easy-to-access resource. Training can include classes if you have the time and expertise, which, as we've established, libraries are in short supply of. But creating online tutorials is a way to teach it just once rather than over and over, and partnerships with students could relieve a lot of that pressure as well. The goal of this study is to gain information that will help staff at DPL better understand how to serve the public with regard to the digital resources used to provide job help. Survey questions have been designed to determine various aspects of job database use, satisfaction, and job seeker needs so that staff can better target users and determine the services DPL needs to provide. The specific evaluation questions asked for this study are: what are the primary reasons job seekers may require use of a job database, such as job searching, interview help, skills training? And if a job seeker has used DPL job databases in the past, what were the factors involved in their continued or discontinued use of those databases? And are job seekers without a personal computer and or home internet access more likely to use DPL's resources? To perform this study, a quantitative method will be used by surveying a population of unemployed, underemployed, or skill-seeking library users who are looking for job help or skills development. The opinions of this population are important because they're the most likely to require the use of DPL's digital job resources. Because of the nature of the survey, respondents will choose whether to participate in the survey. Staff will attempt to filter to only the desired possible respondents by providing enough information and easy ways to leave the survey. But people with certain traits or commonalities are expected to self-identify and answer themselves. DPL has limited resources and needs to better understand a specific population that can easily self-sample, but for larger, less specific populations, other sampling methods would probably be much more appropriate. Staff will create an online survey that will be placed on the DPL website and a nearly identical physical version that will be placed in DPL at the Job Center for 1 month. Physical surveys turned in will be tracked by an appointed staff member. Online surveys will be tracked by survey software. Everyone who visits the DPL website will initially get a homepage with a survey request in the main frame that states, are you unemployed, underemployed, or seeking new skills? Take our quick survey here and be entered to win a $25 gift card with a hyperlink to the survey. The survey will include the option of entering a first name and email if they want to be entered in the drawing. This information will remain confidential, otherwise the survey is anonymous. Directly underneath the request to answer the survey will be the following sentence: this does not apply to me, go to the DPL website. With a hyperlink, the user can click to bypass the survey. All staff will be informed of the surveys and will be given an opportunity to ask questions. They'll be asked to forward all completed surveys or questions outside of technical help to the researcher. Potential participants online will be faced with the survey on the DPL homepage and given the choice to take it or not. Potential participants in the Job Center at DPL will have the survey on the table and will be encouraged by staff to take it. The surveys contain all consent information and confirmation. Subjects will not be able to move forward with the online survey without consenting. The physical survey will also provide a consent checkbox that if it is not checked, the survey will not be used. As far as the limitations of the study, non-probability sampling such as voluntary response runs a higher risk of bias, but it was a method appropriate for the purposes of this study. In addition, because the survey is directed at patrons and people who are already using at least some of DPL's services, the study will not receive feedback from other populations that may also be unemployed or underemployed but haven't used DPL services. Therefore, results of the study may not be generalizable to other populations. The survey instrument contains close-ended, multiple-choice nominal and Likert-type ordinal questions that will produce descriptive statistics that can be displayed as tables or bar graphs. The only demographic data asked for is age, which may later be used to determine whether there are correlations between age groups and certain challenges. The total number of answers for each question will be used as the N for the analysis of each question. If there are questions that were not answered by most respondents, the data will not be included. As stated, the best ways to display the data gleaned from this kind of survey are tables and graphs. Tabulated descriptions can be displayed in frequency distribution tables as percentages, such as Table 1, and graphical descriptions will be illustrated as bar graphs, such as in Figure 1. DPL hopes to learn more about job seeker and skills seeker needs, concerns, and challenges so that any necessary changes or future research can be done. Results of the study are expected to show that these users primarily need resources for job searching, GED testing, and filling out applications. It is anticipated that job seekers will indicate they don't know much about DPL's online job resources or have not used them to satisfaction. Dissatisfaction reasons will likely be indicated as lack of expertise, lack of librarian help, and a resource that was not user-friendly. It is presumed that job seekers without a personal computer or home internet access would be more likely to use the library's resources, but that those who do have personal computers and home internet will also have a higher use of resources within the library than at home. Hope you enjoyed the presentation and learned a few things. Thank you for watching.